Congratulations. The HBO series is fantastic. The show is great because you're going to small town America and you're really opening eyes and minds and hearts. And that's kind of what drag is about in a way, isn't it?
Drag's about different things for different people. At its very core, drag is just simply creating art and blurring the gender line. But for me, it's been security in who I am as a person. It's been community. It's been Black power. Drag is all those things.
What was that first time you did drag like? Do you remember that time and how it felt?
My first time ever doing drag, I was in New York City at the New York City Pride Parade. I didn't have a show or anything. I just was walking around at Pride in drag. It was really liberating and really terrifying. So that was my first time ever dressing up and leaving the house.
I read a quote that you mentioned recently. You said, "I can't talk about my Blackness without talking about my queerness."
It was Black queer people who gave us Pride. Whenever I think about my ability to hold hands with my partner in the street, or to be able to be on television and have my own show on HBO and my own podcast that's successful and my own show on Viacom Digital. And I think I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that this is because people before me couldn't have those things.
Does it shock you that people still can't have those things?
To quote the Dr. Martin King, he says, "We will get to the promised land. I may not make it there with you, but we as a people will make it to the promised land." And I think that's very telling. The only reason I'm able to march the streets today without getting bitten by dogs or, hit with water hoses is because people did it before I did it.
What is the single strongest message that you can give your fans and your audience?
Right now, the most important message I can say is Black trans lives matter. I want to shout it from the mountaintops, and I want everyone to know that Black trans lives matter.
There seems to be still a great stigma within the Black community too, isn't there, about the way trans folks are treated. How do we change that?
In the same way that we say all lives can't matter until Black lives matter, I want to say that Black lives can't matter until Black trans lives matter. And that needs to be said unequivocally. I think that transphobia and homophobia are really deep. So if you have the audacity to, do something especially overtly transphobic or racist or homophobic, it says more about you than it does about the person you're doing it to.
When did you start to feel really confident and comfortable in your own skin as who you are as an individual?
Well, it's ongoing. I think there's this false image that all famous drag queens or all people in the public eye, that you must be the most confident in your skin ever. And it's a daily reprieve. Sometimes I'm not comfortable at all. Sometimes in other days, I feel like, X-Men, unstoppable.
Let's talk more about the HBO show. So you guys travel to small towns and you teaching others about drag queens. Anything that surprised you that you learned along the way doing this show?
It never occurred to me that there would be a queer contingency in Phoenix City, Alabama when I lived there. I just assumed I could only get any kind of acknowledgement for my queerness if I left the small town.
We're here is such a big moment in your career.
Getting your own show, and to be fair, it's me, Shangela, and Eureka show. We are the co-hosts. Opportunities like this are few and far apart. And I hope that maybe someone who connects with me on a level beyond Bob the drag queen as a television personality, but sees me as a reflection of themselves, can see me and feel like they can achieve something like that as well, or anything for that matter.
How did you find those opportunities for you?
Well, in that they were luck is where opportunity meets preparation. I lived in New York City in the early 2000s, and I happened to be around a lot of other people who have their stars aligned with mine at the right time, the right thing at just the right time to create the perfect storm for me to end up being, a world famous drag queen. Which kind of sounds crazy when I say that out loud, a world famous drag queen.
The name Bob the Drag Queen, where, how did this come to be?
My old name was Kitten with a Whip, and people kept calling me Katie or Kate or Caddy or Cat. So I thought to myself, what name can't be shortened and it sticks in your head and there'll be no other drag queen with this name? There's not a lot of Bobs. There's only one Bob the drag queen. I told all my friends that I wanted to change my name, and they were all like, that is the worst idea ever. And then I was like, well then, watch me go.
Who's someone that's inspired you in the world of drag?
Mona Foot, who was a popular New York City drag queen in the 90s, who we recently lost to coronavirus. And I was just thinking about how she's an inspiration to me. Jackie Beat is one of my all-time favorite drag queens. She's an LA local. She's really hilarious.
So what would you say to that person that might be watching this and has that inner drag in them? How should they proceed?
If you want to do drag, there are so many resources available to you. I mean, imagine people who were doing drag before the internet. YouTube is the ultimate drag mom. I think YouTube is everyone's drag mom.
Thank you so much for giving us a bit of your time, giving us the black spangly backdrop today. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.